Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most electrifying podcast on a Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to UTR Presents NXT on Deck. It's me, your boy, the double champion, the Warhawk Carlito, here with my security guard, as you probably heard, giving a quick bark to let y'all know we was getting ready for the show. My baby Naya. Joining me as always, the man with the beer in his hand, the leader of the NWO, the final Maddie. What's good, brother?
What's up, everybody? Hope you all are having yourselves a wonderful Tuesday. It's about to storm here in a few minutes. We're getting the remnants of the hurricane, and I can't wait because I'm ready for some rain. I like when it rains because it needs to cool off here.
Listen, you know what? I thought that same thing. Usually, when it rains, it cools off. The last time it rained here, it got hotter. So
Yeah,
I don't know what to think anymore. I was like, nah, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculously, nastily hot out here. Like, I'm
it
like
was
my
the
fourth
sticky
bottle
hot
of water in the
today.
last half hour.
Yeah, it was the sticky. So it was just like, yeah, I don't even want to sit out here. So yeah. I'm
Yeah.
happy to see the rain finally show up if it does show up. Hopefully, it faked us out earlier today.
Oh, I'm just looking at my thing. We getting some rain for 15 minutes, and then it's supposed to stop. Ain't that about a bitch? 15 minutes. That's some bullshit. But you know what? If it rains, that's cool. That just means NXT will be even more exciting on my television. That's all that means to me. So let's get into a little bit of news before we go over
Yeah,
NXT.
a lot of news happened today. A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. Um, as you can tell by headlines, a major star has been injured. And the thing about it was he was actually injured on NXT last week.
Yeah,
Tyler Bate. Our boy Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. She poor Tyler Bate. Your man has ripped his pectoral muscle. Your man went and got himself a Cody titty.
right. And it was evident he got hurt last week in the middle of that match. We saw how he was walking around. We knew it instantly. We were like, yeah, something's wrong with him. Yeah, he tore his pec
He tore
off the
his
bone.
tore his left pectoral major and tendon off the bone. So basically, he tore the muscle and the tendon that connects that motherfucker directly off his bone. He had surgery yesterday. He said it was successful. Um, but he did say that he will be out for quite a while.
Yeah, he's
So
basically
basically, he's
he
letting
ain't
us know.
rushing back like Cody.
Right. I was, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, basically, he's telling us, I ain't John Cena and I ain't Cody. I ain't coming back ahead of schedule. So that's the reason that we saw what you call it,
Right.
done by Peter Dune, as my man KR used to call him, by himself yesterday. And he came out to pretty much his old music, well, his music, not the
Right.
New Catch Republic's music. So, well wishes to our boy Tyler Bate. You know, we've been big fans of the big strong boy for years now.
Right.
Since he was a 19-year-old making his debut in NXT UK, we've been a big fan of his. You know what I mean? So, Tyler, man, get well soon. Rest up, brother. Can't wait to have you back. And honestly, you and Pete Dunne do need some tag team gold.
Yeah, as soon as that came, I was like, because they were random. They just randomly showed back up in NXT, and I'm like,
Right.
well, if they're not going to be on the main roster, then at least give them the NXT tag titles. They were going to bolster that tag division, but he got injured, so they're back at square one again.
Here's the thing, and I might be in the minority with this, but I kind of want Pete Dunne to go back to NXT and stay there. Because I feel like that's the only place where they kind of know how to use him, where his losses don't seem as dramatic to hurt his career. His wins seem even bigger to help his career. I think Pete Dunne should go. Him and me, honestly, go back to NXT and stay there. Y'all can be OGs there. Ain't nothing wrong with being OGs there if you want, especially when you have the. They can be the OGs there and not be the OGs because they're both still young as shit.
Yeah, they could do that. I honestly feel like he's good where he is right now on Raw. Like for now, it's gonna be weird because he's fresh out of this tag team. But I feel like give it a few months, he can be right there with Ludwig Kaiser and all them in the IC title picture because all he needs is a couple of wins, and he's basically will be on the same level with Sheamus, and then give him a couple more wins, and then he'll be basically in IC title range.
You know what? If they actually get this fucking belt off of Sammy, then
everybody all he needs is a couple of good wins, and he's in the IC title picture instantly on Raw.
Listen, I completely agree with you. He can definitely do that. But the problem is we don't know when the fuck they're going to actually get this belt off of Sammy. That's the whole thing.
I think Sammy done. I think Sammy done. And unless your name is Cody, I think everybody else's titles, like the titles that started, the title reigns that started at WrestleMania, whatever ones that ain't changed, or they getting ready to change. They all, except for Cody. Gunther about to beat Priest's ass. LA Knight gonna win the US title because Logan Paul had that for a straight year, I think now. It's time for him to come up off that. Sammy, it's time for Rocky. It's time for Rocky to get.
But then here's the thing.
America, he can be Apollo.
But then here's the thing. You make Sammy lose. If you have Sammy lose to Braun Breaker, that puts them in another fucking corner. Because who's going to beat this goddamn juggernaut?
And then she had to fix it.
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
I mean, beat and eat. They gonna get destroyed even. They gonna die.
Something gonna happen. It might get beaten to. It might get scrambled up.
I don't know who gonna beat Sammy, but Sammy's title reign is ending. But LA Knight and Logan Paul. That's gonna be the match. And LA Knight is finally gonna get a title. It only took 11 years.
That's the thing. But if you put the belt on Braun, they're booking themselves in a corner again because they have already established that it takes a miracle to beat him. You know what I mean? They have already established that he's a goddamn monster just running through everybody and everything. Like, let's be realistic. The way they played it off, Sammy got lucky. That's how he fucking won. It wasn't because it was the old Sammy give it the grit. No, Sammy got fucking lucky.
It's probably gonna have to be some multi-man, basically like NXT, like the NXT main event. It's gonna have to be a bunch of people. Sammy's gonna get his ass beat, but Sammy's probably not even gonna be the one that's getting pinned.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, in a situation like that, you gotta have like Kaiser, Dunn, Breaker, what's this kid's name? I just had it on Gable. Like, you gotta have
Gable, basically Bronson Reed, everybody that we've seen since he's won this shit, and we put in Pete Dunne. And it's like, all right, since you want everybody to you taking on all challengers, all right, here they go, all in one match. And
Right. Here
if
you
it
go.
was me,
Literally.
and if since it's me, and it's NWO, Gabe will go finally win that shit. Gabe will go win that shit.
Right. Definitely. Like you.
Now, since
Oh,
see,
and
this is
Dragonoff. And see, you gotta add Dragonoff into the mix
see,
too. You gotta add Dragonoff to the mix
that's
because,
why
like,
it's like Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne might be off to the side, but I mean, all he got to do is beat any of them other people we named. Just beat a couple of them, and you're like, hey, you in the IC title picture now, man.
it the thing about, they gotta give him back the official bruiserweight image too. That's another thing. And I I love Pete Dunne to death. I love Pete Dunne to death. I love Pete Dunne to death. My boy Petey, you gotta add a couple of moves to your repertoire right now. You gotta add a couple of new moves to your repertoire. We're starting to see we're starting to see repetitive stuff. All right. I want Dunn to add at least two to three new moves. Just 2 to 3 new moves and I'll be good. I'm not asking for a whole new set. Just add to what you got. Leave your set, but just add. So that way we don't know exactly what you're gonna do. Like, make us want more of your match. Like, as a fan and as a Pete Dunne fan, I want more of your match. But as a casual fan, the casual fan may not, which might be why it's taking them so long to get him going, and why it's start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. That could be a reason too.
I honestly feel like they figured out that they didn't want him or Tyler Bate in singles competition just yet. They're like, y'all already have experience being a tag team, so just y'all gonna still get paid what y'all get paid, but y'all gonna be a tag team for now until we are ready to just split y'all up. Until we're ready to just let y'all just be
Right.
who y'all are ready to be. And now it's like they're low key. Now they're just low key gonna have to just do that with Pete Dunne until Tyler Bate is better. But then at the same time, when Tyler Bate is better, okay, what if Pete Dunne is just like, well, shit, he is the super shit now. Oh man, this Tyler Bate, like, man, do not put them back together. I don't want to see no
Right.
new Case Republic now, like next year
Right.
this time.
What can happen is, if Tyler Bate, if Pete Dunne, if shit happens and Pete Dunne becomes the shit, what could happen is they could renew the feud that started NXT UK. Remember, the finals was Dunne versus
Yeah,
fucking
they
Bate.
could do that. They could, with Bate being they could make Bate. Yeah, they could just basically do that. Make Bate the super baby face. And hell, if push come to shove, I mean, hell, they were just in NXT like literally last week. I mean, you can always just go right back to what you said. Y'all can go right on back to NXT and run it back in NXT. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
he
like
can
I said,
still do everything we wanted him to do on the main roster. Like, I feel like once they get this title off Sammy, that I really think that IC title is going to be on some hot potato jump. Like, Gable might win
it
it.
should be.
Like, it needs to start. It like give people 2-3 months, not no 6-month reigns. Give them like 2 months. All right, boom, you lost. Look, if then you get somebody like Pete Dunne, they get a good ass match, and then oh shit, he won. He ain't gotta have it forever. Just let him have it for 2 weeks. Let him win it, get one title defense, lose the second title defense. But hey, then he disappears, and oh shit, Pete Dunne's back in NXT, but he's a former IC champion. Now he got a little. He a former NXT UK champion. I'm a former IC champ. Now I'm here because I want the NXT title. And it's like
Right.
okay.
Like, you could definitely do that. And he's still, and like I said, both of them are still young enough to where they still fit in with the crowd in NXT.
Right.
It's not like they're old heads coming down there where they ain't gonna have shit to talk about. These dudes ain't even 30 yet. I don't even think Tyler Bate is. I don't even think
they are
Tyler Bate
literally
is
the young
25.
OGs.
Literally, I don't even
They are
think Tyler
literally
Bate
the
is
young
25
OGs.
yet. Like, come on. Like, they are definitely young enough to keep up and to be in the same loop with everybody that's down in NXT. You know what I mean? Except for my man, young OG get bouncy. He can't even get a drink yet. Poor kid. But
He was at home in Canada.
because everything is legal at 19 in Canada.
He was
Trust
getting
me.
bouncy. He was
Trust
getting
me.
bouncy.
I went to University of Buffalo, Canada. It was only 30 minutes away. Everything legal in 19. We stayed going to Canada. Really? When the fuck did they get old? When the hell did Pete Dunne get 30? You know what it is? That man had that baby, and that baby aged his ass.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
They still
You have
young
a baby,
as
age
hell.
her. Right. Still young. Still young. And like
So
we
then
said,
we got-
in professional wrestling, you don't hit your prime until you about 34.
Right.
Hold on, Batty. Hold on, Batty. Since you mentioned it, we might as well talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk. So we're gonna talk. So right now there is a rumor. Nothing can be confirmed. It's just
rumors.
It's just rumors that the Motor City Machine Guns are signing with WWE. Now, I remember a few way back, probably a few months ago. I was like, "Hey, if they go to WWE, they need to go to NXT." Like, if they are signing, I'm not expecting everybody's like, "Oh, DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns." It's gonna be Motor City Machine Guns in NXT working
especially
with the HBK.
Especially after what me and you said yesterday, how that tag division became real weak. Like it's at its weakest point. You throw them now; those is old heads. Okay, throw them old heads.
They are better than the old people they put down there in the OC, who are just there to collect the check. They are not there to wrestle. Well, half of them is not there to wrestle. Carl Anderson can still wrestle. Luke Gallows, he can't do nothing.
Listen, here's the thing. Luke Gallows got the Kevin Nash knees before the surgery. That's the problem.
Alex Shelley showed up for a
hot second. Right. But Batty, here's the thing. Luke Gallows was already I'm talking about Luke Gallows. Since you mentioned Luke Gallows, that's why I'm thinking Festus. But because Luke Gallows been in WWE as well. But yeah, Alex Shelley showed up with Kushida when they did Time Machine, when they were fighting, I believe it was Undisputed Era.
It was somebody. All I know is we picked him up, and it was a waste of time because they still lost. I was like, what the fuck y'all have to show up for?
Nigga lost and left.
Right.
Nigga lost and left within a 2-week span. It's like, bitch, what the fuck you here for then? Like, come on now. But apparently, like I said, nothing has been confirmed as of yet. Mongo actually sent us a little clip from a Fightful report. And in this Fightful report, they also mentioned another TNA star. And per Fightful, it says, you can say that NXT has become habitual line steppers at this point because word within the company, there will be multiple upcoming crossovers based on those that Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select spoke to. Corey Brennan reported this past weekend that Joe Hendry of TNA was expected to be factored in heavily moving forward, and he was featured on the NXT commercial on WWE Raw.
Yeah, he ended the damn show.
Right. Sources Sean Rapp Sources Sean Ross Sapp spoke to were over the moon about the reception and the performances associated with NXT Heatwave show and noted the card looked different than what the general plan was months ago, maintaining that buzz as the company heads into the CW era of NXT is important to him. Here we go. Now, while we can't confirm Motor City Machine Guns have signed anywhere, we have heard that there have been conversations between them and major companies, as we outlined a few weeks ago. So basically, the last we heard, Motor City Machine Guns was signed in the AEW. When Mongo was one of the few people that was on board for it. I was one of the few people that was not, because I feel AEW, of course, has an overstacked roster and they don't really, it's a very limited scene on what they do. You know what I mean? With all of that talent. So I actually wanted them to be in WWE, but when Matt brought up the fact of NXT, and then I realized just how weak that division is right now, I'm like, you know what? Motor City Machine Guns in NXT would make absolute. You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this in general. Not just NXT. If it wasn't for DIY being champs right now, I feel that the entire tag division in WWE is kind of shaky. Like,
it's just because it's been on shaky ground. Like the whole thing that ruined it, as much as we wanted to, was the bloodline. The bloodline ruined tag team wrestling because they combined the titles, and they combined those titles for so long that the other tag teams, didn't have anything to do. You just had to watch. You just had to watch the bloodline. Then Sammy and KO won them, and I'm like, all right, they're still fucking combined. Like they were still fucking combined even when they won them. It took it took all the fuckery of Judgment Day and everything else happening, whoever were the champions going into that match. It took all the fuckery for them to finally split the titles. Because I kept saying it for months and months on end. They already got the belts made. They already had the belts made. I said that for a year. And it took until just this past March, April for them to even unveil them damn shit. Like
it's like it's too many makeshift tag teams. Like we haven't had. They destroyed the division. Like it's too many makeshift tag teams. Like Finn and JD aren't a real tag team.
They really aren't. They're just in Judgment Day.
Right. Like they're not a real tag team. And then the ones that you do have, the real tag, you don't do shit with them. Like Garza and Humberto. That's a fucking tag team.
Like they have to establish the tag team scene on both on main roster and developmental. It's just
like where the fuck are the Creeds? That's a legit tag team.
Besides, like they keep showing them talking to Gable on Raw Talk. We see them in the background talking to him, but the rest of the time, those boys are on main event.
Why?
So basically, they're doing the dark match basically main event before they go live. What's up, Cookies? My boy's still here. He's still alive, y'all. He get chopped up.
Right, my boy had a date last night.
All their legit tag teams are like floundering if they're not named DIY. Like DIY, and then think about it. DIY been DIY for how long on the main roster? And they just now finally won the tag titles.
Right. And the thing, and the even worse part is the women's. The only tag team in the entire women's division are the Party Girls.
The Party
Girls
Girls
are the only
and the Champs.
Legit.
The Spooky Girls. Or as we call them, the Party Hoes and the Spooky Hoes.
Right. And I wouldn't even consider the Spooky Hoes a real tag team either. those are two chicks that just kind of, they were just like, you know what? Both y'all got accents. Both y'all look spooky. Here we go. We're going to put y'all together. Party girls actually came out together. Like, yo, we here, we partying. You know what I mean? But the spooky hoes was the spooky hoes. They was just the spooky hoes. So I'm like, God damn. Like, there's no real tag teams. That's the biggest goddamn issue. So when Motor City Machine Gun comes, then yeah,
they don't need to be. Honestly, I only saw them going to AEW because AEW can pay any damn thing. Yeah, thank you, Batty. We got the Strat Pack, Lesbian Nation of Domination, all them.
Somebody put the Butchment Day. I fucking hollered on that one. But the bullshit is Zoe's married to a man. Zoe's not getting it.
I fell asleep on the show at that point. But I turned around. Like, I heard the commotion of Sonya Deville. And I turned around and saw them standing. And I was just like.
Somebody said, when they said the Butchment Day, I hollered. The Butchment Day is fucking hilarious. I don't care.
Like, I saw them and I'm like Scott Hall. Ooh, like, oh man, I'm supposed to be so scared of y'all.
Right, like we know y'all are a great tag team. We've seen y'all be a tag team before. Y'all been a tag team the past 4 or 5 months. We know y'all work well together. Like now y'all are getting serious. Y'all been serious ever since y'all fucking tagged together.
It's like y'all
was hoping y'all would tag together.
Get serious.
Like you did not
need the Bill showing up with her big lesbian energy. Like I'm daddy. Like okay.
Listen, but you know what? I ain't talking shit about Sonya Deville because Sonya Deville keep that heat on her. I ain't talking shit about Sonya
because niggas want to be stalking her and shit.
Right, dumbasses. I ain't saying nothing bad about my girl SD, bro. She keep that heat on her. It come down to it. She ready to hit the flam on you. No, thank you,
man. And then in other news, we got a lot of news today. So not only did the Motor City Machine Gun that rumored to be signing with WWE, we had my boy Batty's favorite man. You got my boy Finn Balor announced he signed a new 5-year deal with WWE. So
Batty and Cookies, y'all get 5 more years of dick fin in your face.
Hey, baby.
You get 5 more years
forever.
You get 5 more years of Finn dick in your face. All right, Baddies and Cookies. I know that's your favorite part.
Right, that's their favorite part.
Right.
My favorite part is the.
Look at her. Hopefully that 5 years includes the tiny under. Yo.
Now, Batty. We already know that they are getting ready to him and Priest are getting ready to split.
Kanisha, you about to have a fight. That's between you, Batty, and Cookies. You about to fight there.
So we got 5 more years of Finn, and they want him to go back to the underwear. Well, if he go back to all I want is a damn world title reign. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just give me one. That's more than one damn day. I didn't even like Finn then. I didn't even care for that Finn because he was there. Was like, oh yeah, you gotta love this guy. I'm like, I like him. He cool, but y'all.
You know I wasn't Finn.
He beat Roman.
You know I wasn't a Finn fan. You know I wasn't a Finn fan.
Like before he got on the main roster, I was loving Finn. Then they did that bullshit. And I'm like, well, damn, he beat all the people I like. And this is like, I'm like, I know Finn is good, but come on now, y'all.
They talking about strapping the rocket on somebody when they got to the main roster. They gave this nigga the belt his first day on the job.
And then he got hurt. And they were like, yeah, we gonna act like that never happened. And they have, because they have retired the title. So like
bullshit.
KO's title reign, booty ass. But he's a former world champion.
Yeah, he married now.
Yeah, he ain't married to nobody there. He just married to some Spanish chick.
Yeah.
He bilingual now.
What you call it?
Trilingual.
You said something in the chat that I found very tingling and interesting. The way that HBK and Trips is letting people just go everywhere because Shayna Baszler and the Creeds are going to be at GCW's Bloodsport and shit like that. You said let Finn come to HOG, and I told you what would happen if Finn comes to HOG. If Finn comes to HOD, mark my words, you hear this on camera. If Finn Balor comes to House of Glory Wrestling, you will see Black Finn. I will come dressed in my black leather, the black panties, and my title to that event. And we'll right there. Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, Finn, I gotta meet Finn one day. I probably should. And I ain't gonna shed no tears.
That's a whole other podcast.
I'm crying. All right, I'm telling y'all that right now. If I meet Shawn Michaels, oh yeah, I'm definitely crying.
Listen, I'm telling you this right now. I meet John Cena. The scream that's gonna come out of my voice like a 4-year-old girl. Oh. You know that Kevin Hart thing where they got him crying doing this? That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me.
I already, as soon as John Cena said, I already had kind of just figured it out, and I had just jumped around. I was like, hey, this is about to be the John Cena retirement tour presented by TKO Group. I already told myself, I retweeted it. Somebody was like, me looking at my bank account, seeing how much I'm about to pay for these John Cena tickets. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to.
Yeah.
They say John Cena coming along. I used to hate the dude. I used to love
going to see them
John Cena, to hating John Cena, to respect. It was basically just like I did Rey Mysterio. But Rey Mysterio was just, okay, I can't suspend disbelief no more. Like, this little dude ain't beating people like the Big Show. Y'all are insulting my intelligence.
I am
John Cena was. Okay,
that's when I realized.
Bullshit.
Matt, that's when I realized me and you was pretty deadly. When you said that, I said that was my biggest fucking issue with Rey Mysterio. I'm like, I'm a short-statured man, and if I'm taller than fucking Rey, there's no way you're gonna have me believing this motherfucker can beat up Big Show. Because I've stood next to the Big Show before, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Standing next to the Big Show, I come up to about to where his fucking leg and his hip joint meet. Okay, that's a big ass fucking person, and I'm supposed to believe somebody shorter than me can beat him? Yeah, I suck my asshole from the back.
It was that, and it was okay. He won the title. Okay, I get it. And then he started winning them. He won the world title multiple times. I'm like, no, once was enough. That made it believable. Now he's a multiple-time world champion? No, get the fuck out of here. No.
That's why when Kevin Nash speared his ass to that goddamn thing, that was one of the best things ever in the history of wrestling. Just to let you know. But
yeah, we got doing stupid stuff with that. But and more other news. So we didn't told you about Tyler Bate getting injured. We didn't told you about Motor City Machine Guns rumored to be signing with WWE. We didn't told you about Finn's new contract. WWE has also signed a new sportscaster. They just signed. If you watch ESPN during college football season, or if you watch boxing, Top Rank Boxing, they have signed Joe Tessitore from ESPN.
And not only that, he will be leading a 3-man booth with him, Barrett, and Corey Graves.
So Corey Graves will no longer be on play-by-play starting in a few weeks, I believe. They just say he's going to be starting sometime in the summer. So, I love it.
Major. We have no. They're not replacing him. He's just
Corey is going to be color commentator along with Wade Barrett.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have to do the extra anymore. It's pretty much what it is. I kind of like it.
I love it. They're just slowly grooming Corey Graves. I said it. I'm gonna keep saying it. They're
going to be the new Michael Cole.
He is gonna be the ultimate because he gonna be able to. He can talk shit as a face. He could be a face. He could be a heel on color. And if push come to shove at the last minute, he can do play-by-play because that's what he's doing now. Like, he's going to be a Swiss Army knife on commentary. He can do it all.
Here's the thing. I remember when they brought in my man, from MMA. And the thing about it is, they didn't give him a chance. I didn't think he was that bad.
No, the MMA dude, the bald-headed dude, he was good. I don't know what happened. Like, something, like, they just got rid of him for no reason.
Right. I didn't think he was bad.
What was the Kevin Patrick? What was that? Him?
Oh, now he was horrible.
He was ass. He does soccer. He was good doing soccer, but he was not good doing WWE. And they tried with him for the longest.
Also, the problem is, too, I'm not going to lie, we all got spoiled with my boy Moro. We got spoiled, Mamma Mia, with the way that he was calling NXT. And unfortunately, people were being dicks. And
JBL, and even JBL apologized and all of that, because I honestly, like, JBL outside of everything, JBL hasn't even, like, we cheer JBL when he comes out now. So even JBL probably realized that he was a dick to the guy. And but at the same time, Morrow is, you have to treat Morrow delicately. Like, you can't be like that towards him because he's going to take everything literal. So, I miss Morrow, and I cherish that time because I know he's not going to come back to wrestling at all. I doubt he's not.
He can't. He's not made. It's not the point that he's not made. Our boy Morrow has certain things going on with him where the harassment that comes along with this professional sport isn't for him. That's pretty much what it goes to. Like, people just being, besides JBL being a dick, you definitely have like fans and other things that go on that is just, I'm glad he found peace wherever he's at, and I'm glad that he's doing okay wherever he's at right now. All right. Oh, little update for you guys. This just in, breaking news from our boy Mongo, who is resting and recovering. When it comes to the chat, Cookies, Batty, Reggie, Kanisha, when it comes to the chat and predictions, Mongo wanted me to say this. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Batty beat everyone's ass on Saturday and then tied with Cookies on Sunday. So Batty, me and you had the same exact weekend. Beat everybody on Saturday and made a tie on Sunday. So Batty, you are a champion, my queen. Damn. Her first order as champ.
That's that quadruple D. That's quadruple B. 4B. All hail the queen. Queen B. That's really all it really is. He couldn't handle a lot of it. Was just that's really all. She hit the nail on the head. She hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joe Tessitore that. So now Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are going to be paired. They're going to be paired forever for the foreseeable future, but they haven't said which show anybody is going to be on. So I guess
No, they did say Joe, Graves, and Barrett are going to be on SmackDown.
Okay.
They're going to be on SmackDown. So that's going to be your new SmackDown. You ain't shit because you lost.
Well, we don't even know what day SmackDown is even going to be on. They haven't even announced that yet. We just know SmackDown's going to USA. So, because they're saying, because not only did he signed with WWE, but he signed an extension also with ESPN to keep doing college football and boxing. So college football games could be on Fridays if they keep it on Fridays. But I honestly wouldn't be shocked if they move SmackDown to like Thursday or some shit.
You lost to Batty, Reggie. Batty's champ. Damn. It's terrible. Terrible.
Twice.
Not once, but twice.
So that should be all the news. And then on top of that, Raw last night, Mommy came back to beat that ass. Because as soon as that music hit, Liv got up and ran. And she better have. You better run.
I was just gonna mention that. So last night on Raw, Raw was pretty I won't say it was a mess. It was okay, yeah. It was
top heavy. It started off real good and then it kind of fell off before we got
Yeah. Yeah.
It
was like
it happened at the start.
Right. It was like boom, 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 boom. And then it was like, whew, I'm tired. Y'all tired? I'm tired.
Yep.
Wait. This is my protest.
And that's when I woke up during the Bushman day, and I was like, "Oh, okay. This is my group, mommy."
Nah. what I did see that had me in tears. Literal tears. The backstage segment where Liv was stretching out Dom and Judgment Day walked in. First of all, you get Priest walking in and he looked wepa. And then you see all three. You see JD's head right here, Finn's head on top of him, and then Uncle Pervert Carlito. Your man came out, was about to hit us with the. Now that ain't cool. Carlito was like, that's not how that's supposed to go.
The first time I love that Triple H brought that back because I remember when he was doing that with Trish, and Trish bent over in front of him stretching, and Stephanie walked in, and she was like, "What the heck?" She's like, "I don't want to hear it."
Right. Cookies, I was just getting ready to bring it. I was just getting ready to say that. He said it's not that hard to meet. Carlito points at your man Dom's meat and says, I don't know. It looks hard to me. Yo, listen, the fact that Judgment Day's pyro scares the shit out of Carlito every single time.
Except for last night. Finally.
No, it did.
Jump.
No, it did. It scared him at first. When that shit popped off, it scared him at first. Then he went back to talk to the guy and they had to catch up. Yo, Carlito is amazing. Carlito, yeah, you're right.
I mean, he don't
Because at
belong in
first,
the group. He just there because he ain't trying to get his ass beat.
listen, at first I was like, why is Carlito on my fucking television? I don't need Carlito on my television. But if you're gonna do pervert Uncle Carlito, I am all for it. Cause this man has been goddamn gold since since he's joined Judgment Day.
He
So
replaced R-Truth as the comic relief. That's what he did. He's proven that he can be funny, just like R-Truth can.
because I damn sure don't really want to see him in the ring. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't either. I want if that's all. And when he is in the ring, it needs to be in something like
A
it was
six-man match,
right?
A 6-man where he gets no more than I say, 2-3 minutes of shine.
Right. Just be
That's
like,
about it. All right, that's about it.
Pull the apple out.
That's about it. Dude. I don't need no more from Carlito.
Let's see what else happened last night. We had Sammy get murdered again by Braun Breaker. He beat that shit out of his damn shoes.
He spared the fuck out of Sammy.
He deboed the fuck out of him because he was like, "Yeah, I got something to say."
And then,
boom! Because I was like, I was not expecting that.
I don't think Sammy was expecting the impact because it wasn't just like a normal when they get hit with a spear. It's like boom, I'm gonna go down. Nah, he picked Sammy ass and like that shit was a legit football tackle. He put his face mask on the numbers and drove through Sammy. Sammy ass stumbled and fell. That's how fucking hard that man shoe.
He left a shoe behind. Kenny was like, he got that thing out of his shoe.
Yo, and as soon as I said it, Graves said it right behind me. Graves said his shoe. His shoe. Like, oh God.
What?
I'm like, yo.
Good Lord. Bro, I cannot wait. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen at SummerSlam. But they are telling us. Triple H has told us just from Money in the Bank. Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes are next. Braun Breaker is just Melo ain't put us on notice yet. He ain't did it yet. We just seen him get destroyed. He did it by getting destroyed at Money in the Bank. But Tiffany and won Money in the Bank. She put him on notice. Braun is just killing people.
Right. Like, people got to remember something. Like, Braun, Melo, and Tiffy, they were all drafted by Trips when he gave the reins to HBK. He said, look, I got this little. He's like, look, I done picked up these little kids. They good. I need you to do what you do down here, Mr. Hickabotham. He said, I got you, Mr. Levesque. And they did their thing.
He literally built 2.0 off of those three and the tail end of Black and Gold off of Melo and Braun. Because Melo got the breakout tournament win, and then before we knew it, they're like, oh, it's 2.0. We're like, ew. Y'all were. Me, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm going to watch it. Everybody else is cute.
Cookies, you got an excellent point. It's not like with Vince, where Vince wasn't paying attention to NXT. NXT is Trips' baby. So, of course, he's going to pay attention. And he knew Braun, Melo, and Tiffany were going to be the next stars. So why not, when you bring them up, treat them as the stars that they were? No, I'm not going to have them motherfuckers win right away. But guess what? They're going to have the same persona. They're going to have the same star quality. The shit that made them a star down there and made us want to call them up, we're going to have them continue doing that shit up here. Plain and simple. We're going to continue their persona.
And honestly, the best thing about it, aside from Tiffany, Melo and Braun, they got to get both sides of the coin. They got to be Melo got started out as a heel, Then he became a face. Then he became a heel again. And now he's on the main roster as a heel. Braun was a face. And everybody hated him.
And I couldn't stand that fucking
We loved him at first, and then he kept winning and winning. And he kept becoming cornier and cornier. And we were like, yeah, you got to do something else, brother. And when Melo beat that ass, when Melo beat him, they did a double turn. And that let Braun finally get in his big bad booty uncle phase. He fell right into his uncle's. He became his uncle, and we love it.
Exactly.
We love it. He is his uncle reincarnated, just scarier and stronger.
And quick as fuck. Like that, it makes no sense to be that fucking.
They clocked that boy at basically 22 miles an hour. 22 miles an hour going between the ropes when he gets going. Now think about that hitting you.
No.
He already got 22 miles per hour going with him. And then that's about to hit you?
Here's the thing.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I don't want to think about that hitting me because you know why? I pay attention in those driver's ed classes. I know.
That's a small car crash.
I said, I know at 30 miles an hour, if a car hits you, you will die. I know that at 25 miles an hour, if a car hits you, you're guaranteed to break at least both your legs and your hip. At 22, you're going to be broken. No, I'm not getting hit by something that's going to break me. Literally, I'm good. I'm good.
Like he's hitting you as safely as possible so you don't get just destroyed.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. To everybody that watched the shit, to everybody that lives in New York City,
I just feel that I'm like, that's just getting tackled by an NFL player. I'm good.
Listen, to my viewers who live in NYC, I'm going to put it to you this way. You know how we have our streets, we can only do 20 miles an hour because there's a damn camera every 5 seconds taking pictures of us to see if we speeding. Now, when you in your Uber and that Uber is doing that speed limit, imagine somebody
just tapping you.
Walking, just imagine. No, that speed limit is the 20. So imagine that Uber's coming, right? But instead of being in the Uber, you're on the outside of the Uber. And the Uber ain't got no brakes.
That shit gonna be like that tap is gonna hurt
like a motherfucker.
Like,
so that's what it's like for Braun Breaker hitting you with a goddamn speed, especially when he hits them ropes, when he starts building up that speed. That's what it's like for Braun Breaker hitting you. Nigga, you gonna got hit by an Uber coming out the bodega with your chopped cheese. That's what happened.
Getting hit by Braun Breaker is the equivalent of falling off the scooter when you're speeding.
Oh, that hurt.
You just go. That's Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
That's why they be like, "You gonna get on one of those, Matt?" I don't trust. I don't trust the land. I don't trust the land. Of all a small bump, and I'm Braun Breaker.
Pretty much. Well, let's go over what NXT has for tonight.
Right. So NXT tonight. Let's get on into it. We're gonna open up. We got Wesley. Wesley gonna tell us what he about to do.
Wesley gonna tell us that he going to TNA.
I say, hey, it's either that or he about to be reviewing food with his fake cousin Keith. He better figure it out. Like Kenny said, we got Sol Ruka taking on Fallon Henley.
And in a good match, which better be the goddamn main. You know what? Let's leave that. Hopefully, that's the main event.
Yeah.
We also have. We're gonna have the tag team that shocked us all at fucking Heatwave 1. Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace, the fucking ultimate shocker of the whole weekend. They fucking won. They're fighting. Now they fighting because Ariana pretty much hit her with the No. I want Pish Posh present. Pish Posh.
Right. She's like, we don't need to be partners anymore. She was like, all right, bet. Let's fight.
Right.
I told y'all the NXT women is always that. It's either ho, shut up, or bitch, let's fight.
Right. Pretty much. And hopefully what should be the main event, we got the family. Tony D'Angelo defending his, as he likes to call it, his Italian Heritage Cup.
Right.
Against Lexis King. Love Tony D, but Lexis King needs this.
I would love to see Lexis King win it, but I think Lexis King about to get Farouk. He about to get that Ron Simmons spine buster, and he gonna die.
Terrible.
Or Lexis King gonna try and win, and that's when punk ass, puss ass, bitch ass Dante Chen gonna interfere or some bullshit like that. I'm gonna be like,
I forgot about Dante Chen.
Or somebody like Eddie Thorpe will show up. I don't know. Somebody I don't like is gonna make sure that Lexis King just doesn't win.
Terrible. And as of right now, that's all they have stacked up for NXT. But they'll add another match and a couple of like segments and stuff.
Yeah, they'll probably talk about Ethan Page winning. We'll probably get something. We might get something from Trick.
Trips is speaking of Triple H. Mongo just sent out a tweet Trips put out not too long ago. Triple H says, "I have a feeling things aren't quite ready to cool down after incredible NXT heat wave. Don't miss NXT tonight." So either Joe Henry's popping up or maybe Motor City Machine Guns.
I mean, honestly, if they really wanted to do something, they could do a reverse. They could honestly do what WCW did with Nash and Hall. For the longest, they made it seem like Nash and Hall were from WWF when they were signed to WCW. They can make the Machine Guns look like they're from Impact, and this whole time they're signed to WWE.
Pretty much.
And then they can just put some "I believe in Joe Hendry." He already the news coming out of Heatwave also from out of that is Joe Henry we're gonna get more and more of him. Like him showing up at the NXT, just the man they're gonna keep giving us more of him. I need to give us more other people from TNA. I want a Josh
I need fucking Johnny Swinger and goddamn R-Truth together, damn it.
Because I picked Javon Evans to win, but the morning of Heatwave, I got up, I was making breakfast, and TNA Wrestling put up the North versus Sami Callihan, and I forget who his partner was. And I'm like, why did they put that up? And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's because Ethan Page is in the main event tonight. Well, that's nice. He's not winning. Then he won, and I'm like, well, shit. Could Josh Alexander also be showing up? Because I would love to have Ethan Page as as NXT World Champion crossing paths with his old tag partner in Josh Alexander. Now, before he won the title, it wouldn't have been as sexy. But now he got that belt around him. That's a sexy-ass matchup. Let him defend that title against Josh Alexander. I'm all for it. I'll take it.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, with Ethan Page, they've treated Ethan Page as if he was an outsider. That's all that Trick has been calling him. He's an outsider. He's an outsider. And he even said, it only took me 6 weeks to win the title, baby. But he's an outsider.
Right. Yep. Let's see what NXT brings us tonight.
Triple H put his little seasoning on there, like, hey, don't forget, I'm the main chef.
Folks, don't forget to follow us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. You can also find us at fingertip.com/Under the Ring Pod. And of course, Linktree/Under the Ring Pod. There you'll find our individual links. Greg Bush, SK, myself, Rock Ribs 44, Mike, Mr. Fresh Beard, the final Matty at the right answer, Street Team Captain Boriel Maliente, and local correspondent, our boy Justin D. Baxley. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Tuesday. As we always say, whatever you guys are going to do
it
and
safely.
as always, hey, always what we say, do the dumb.
Hey, do the dumb. Shout out Frank.